Hello and welcome to Council Action. I'm Kerry Luster, and today our guest is Mr. Robert Parson. He's the new councilman for Ward 8.
How are you today?
I'm doing fine.
Right.
Thank you for coming in.
Oh, no problem. It's a pleasure being here.
You're a busy man.
Yeah, that's true.
Even more busy now, I bet.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, gosh. Okay, well, I've worked with you on a couple of things because you were with the Environmental Quality Commission.
True.
You've been there for like 3, 4, 5 years?
Actually, a little bit longer than that.
Longer than that?
I was chairman for about the past 3 years, but I had been on there. I was appointed by Mayor Lowry, so I think it's been like 7 or 8 years that I was actually on that commission.
Okay.
And I learned a lot during that commission. They do a pretty good job there. It was a lot of fun being on that commission.
You're gonna still be? You can't be on the commission.
No, I can't serve in both positions. I had to resign the day that I got sworn in. So.
Man, moving on up.
Yeah, yeah, I guess.
Had to throw that in there. Sorry.
No problem.
Okay, so rather than me asking you a whole bunch of questions, I'm going to let you tell us about you, because a lot of the people out there would like to know a little bit about you.
Well, I'm a native of St. Louis. My parents, they both live in Baldwin right now. Everybody asks in St. Louis, where'd you go to high school? Went to high school at Parkway West. In about 1992, I moved over here to Florissant. I stayed in some condominiums here in Florissant, Summerwood condominiums. And then in 2006, my wife and I bought a house in Ward number 8. And shortly after that, I never had really a big notion wanting to get in politics or anything like that. Then I talked to Mayor Lowry a couple times about being on that commission, the Environmental Commission, and the wheels kind of started turning a little bit for me. And eventually I made the decision that I was finally going to run. But other than that, though, I have 3 children. Just to say some more things about myself, I've got a junior in high school at McClure North.
Okay.
My daughter Cheyenne, and then I have a daughter Michaela. She's a freshman at McClure North, and then my son, he's a first grader at Commons Lane Elementary School, where my wife Tanya teaches. She teaches 3rd grade at Commons Lane, so. It's pretty convenient to have them all in that area. Makes it a little bit easier for us.
All right, where'd you get your love for community service?
You know what? It probably has more to do with my involvement with the church. It's always been instilled in me from a young age that you want to try and do things to serve people, and I really enjoy doing that. I love serving on the Environmental Commission. I love helping the youth, and I do some youth coaching and soccer and softball. I've done that in the past, and I currently coach my son's soccer team right now. So I just feel like, a lot of people may need some help sometimes to get some guidance, and I just like to provide that to people.
Wow, you look too young to have all that going on, except when you said you got a 1-year-old.
No, I don't have a 1-year-old. 7-year-old.
7-year-old in 1st grade.
Yeah, that's right, in 1st grade.
Woo!
I won't go back there.
I won't go back that far. All right, I was going to say, don't you know what happened? All right, the mayor mentioned that you were in the Navy.
Yeah.
Where did you serve?
I'm a Navy Seabee. I was in the reserves. So I went through boot camp and school and all that. I was a heavy equipment operator while I was in the Navy. I started that in 1992 also for about 7 years. We always did our drills at Lambert Airport, but I would frequently travel to San Diego, maybe about 3 times a year. I would go to San Diego, and a couple times I was able to go to somewhere else. Like I was able to go to Europe at one time also. So, being a part of the Navy Seabees is something that I was proud of.
You're involved in any other organizations?
I mentioned my church. I go to People United for Christ Church, where I'm a deacon there. And my uncle, Willie Watkins, is a pastor at that church, and we've had that church for 21 years. Celebrated our 21st anniversary in April. So I've been a part of that. A part of the Bar Association of Metropolitan St. Louis, and I'm also a part of the disciplinary committee for the Missouri Bar. So, if there's any attorneys that have some issues. I have to review some of that and see if there's any problems. So, but that's something that's new for me. I just started that this year, though. But it's pretty interesting to be a part of that.
When did you attend St. Louis University?
I went there for undergraduate,
right.
And I was going there part-time. I did, because I started out at University of Missouri for 2 years. Then I went to the Navy. I didn't really know if I was going to continue going to college or not. Then I went to St. Louis U. I graduated in '96 with my undergraduate degree in business management. Then I went to law school. St. Louis U had the only night program where you could practice law, because Wash U didn't have that at the time. I don't know if they do or not. So if I wouldn't have been able to get in St. Louis U, I probably wouldn't have made it into law school at all.
You'd have made it. You figured out some way to do it.
Yeah. I just had I was married and had my first daughter, so I had to do some things to take care of myself. So
man's got to do. Okay, so far you've been involved with 2 meetings. Any surprises so far? I mean, on the outside looking in is one thing, but when you're on the inside, it's a little different.
Yeah, you know what? This is probably one of the most basic things. You look at the council meeting from the audience, and you see all of the motions and the seconds and things like that by the council meeting. By the council meeting. But there's no button that they push to second a motion or to bring a motion. It's just kind of something that flows, and the Madam President, she just kind of makes things go pretty quickly. So that was what I was really surprised about. And then it's kind of funny to see how people approach us. You hear all of their concerns and things like that, and you kind of think about it in a different way, because I'm thinking, well, how can I resolve their issues? How can I help them and make their lives better? It's just kind of different being on that side of the fence.
Yeah. Because when you're coming up, you have an issue you want them to fix.
Yes.
And now you're on this side. It's like, oh my gosh, how do I fix that?
Exactly.
It's not as easy as you might think.
It's not as easy. Right.
Because you have other people that have to be considered. There's 8 other people that you have to consider, not including the mayor. And it's one of those things where you have to be diplomatic in a lot of ways. But being an attorney, I guess you're used to that.
Yeah, that helps, because a lot of times I have to go to the Florissant Code and look at the code and all of the laws that the city of Florissant has made before I can advise anybody on steps that we have to take, or before I can move forward on myself to try and resolve someone's problem. I need to understand the law first, and I think being an attorney helps me do that.
Yeah. Now, you grew up in the St. Louis area. You went to high school at Parkway West.
Yes, Parkway West, yes.
Okay, and you have a law practice.
I'm a solo attorney.
And
my office is in Clayton. I used to have a partnership with another attorney. His name was Charles Willis for about 8 years. He gave me my first opportunity to practice law, because when you go to law school, they don't teach you how to practice law.
They don't teach you the business.
So you have to get out there and actually do the work. And so he gave me a lot of help and to move forward. And once he had to retire, unfortunately, he had some problems with dementia and things like that. I've just been a solo attorney since then.
You enjoy being by yourself?
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I get to take a lot of the cases that I choose to take.
I didn't ask you if it was fine. I said, did you enjoy being by yourself?
Well, you sound like somebody who has not practiced law before, because there's always going to be some issues that you don't like.
That's why I asked the question.
So, most of it, I love practicing law, if that's what you're asking.
Okay.
I do love that part of it, but there's, just like with any job, there's some things you're not always going to enjoy. But I do love the fact that I get to choose the type of cases that I want to represent people on. I have that decision, instead of, maybe some partner or senior attorney telling me, hey, look, you need to take this case, when I know it's a loser from the beginning. I hate to say that term, but sometimes you get some cases and it's not really going to go anywhere. Yeah. So I like to have that choice.
Okay. Lastly, any words for your constituents? Anything you want to reassure them of?
Well, I just want them all to know that I am here to serve the community in Ward number 8 in the city of Florissant. if anybody needs me, just send me an email at ward8@florissantmo.com, or you can call me on my telephone. My number is 314-422-2050. If I don't answer, leave a message. I will always get back to you. I've even had some people contacting me on Facebook. I mean, whatever medium you need to reach me, I'm open to doing that, because I'm here to serve the people and do what's necessary to continue to make the city of Florissant a better place.
Very, very good, very good. Remember, he is a busy man, so if he doesn't get back to you right away, you understand why. He's just heard why. So he has other interests. He's got church, he's got his kids, he's got his wife.
Yeah.
We all have a wife. But be patient. This is a man of integrity. He'll get back to you, so take him at his word. I think that's about it, Robert.
All right. Well, once again, thank you so much for inviting me and doing this interview. It wasn't too painful.
No, I could have made it worse.
You could have. I'm sure you could have.
Oh, there's a lot of questions I scratched off. Oh, no,
okay,
that won't work.
I got off easy today.
Yeah,
maybe the next time.
Next time, if you've gotten a little more comfortable, I might hit you with some really hard ones. But
Okay.
right now, we'll let you get back.
All right. Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. Thanks for coming in. We'll talk to you later.
All right.
And we'll thank you for watching us, and we'll see you next time on Council Action.